And even last year, this article on Reuters says central banks bought the most gold on record last year. They've been positioning themselves for a crypto asset to be a Group 1 asset to be pegged to gold. A gold-backed agnostic currency is coming. And I want you to think about who that's going to be. But let's go even further. Another one of the requirements for an asset to be a Group 1 crypto asset is that it must be interoperable. On page 16 of the Central Bank Digital Currencies Foundational Principles and Core Features document from the Bank of International Settlements, it says right there and then, the system needs to offer sufficient interaction mechanisms with the private sector digital payment systems and arrangements to allow for easy flow of funds between systems. Then on page 12, it says CBD systems will never enter a crowded field of domestic payment systems, and interoperability can enable complementarity and coexistence. For cross-border payments, closed-loop systems, for example, global stablecoins, can potentially offer some efficiencies, but only if they interoperate with others. Common international standards, for example, ISO 222. And then even further down on that document, on page 19, it says common data standards has to be interoperable with common data standards, most notably ISO 222. And then on another document on the BIS, it says the central bank digital currencies for cross-border payments. It says that the message standard, example ISO 222, adopted by the interlinkage, would act to harmonize standards across systems. And on the same document, a little bit further down on page 33, it says focus area D for this framework is to increase data quality and straight-through processing by enhancing data and market practices. Number 14, adopt harmonized versions of ISO 222 for message formats, promoting the adoption of common message formats such as a harmonized version of ISO 222 and the common rules of mapping or converting data between different data formats. And then Swift talks about interoperability, talking about how CBDCs need to be interoperable, and there's 5 things we need to be focusing on. Number 4 in this list is the simplicity required to scaling global CBDC transactions, and in here it says, and there will be no need to invent new ways of ensuring security, compliance, and authentication and tracking either. We're leveraging the ISO 222 standard to ensure that CBD transactions carry rich, standardized payment data. This is a document from Swift about interoperability, talking about ISO 222. And then we go over to Ripple. And Ripple is on the Registration Management Group standards body. Everything related to ISO 222